Hello students, today we will study about the Selaginella. Selaginella is one of the plants in section Pteridophytes. We start from the systematic position. It belongs from the division Lycophyta, class Ligulopsida, order Selaginellales, family Selaginellaceae, genus Selaginella. Occurrence. The genus Selaginella includes more than 700 species, out of which about 70 species reported from India. They are distributed mainly in tropical as well as subtropical regions of the world, where they grow in damp and poorly illuminated soil or poorly illuminated forests. Flowers. A few species occur in temperate regions, mainly in the moist and sandy hillsides. Also, a few species grow in extreme xerophytic conditions in the desert regions. Examples of some xerophytic species, that is Selaginella lepidophylla, Selaginella pilifera, etc., are sold in the market as novelties. These plants are capable of flexing their branches and roll to assume the shape of balls under prolonged dry conditions. Means these plants are capable of flexing their branches and roll to assume the shape of balls under prolonged dry conditions, and when dipped in water they assume or resume their normal form and metabolism. मीन्स जैसे ही हम उसको पानी में डिप करते हैं तो वो प्लांट्स अपनी ओरिजिनल फॉर्म और मेटाबॉलिज्म को रिज्यूम कर लेता है। इस प्रकार के प्लांट्स को रीसर्सन, RESURRECTION, रीसर्सन प्लांट हम कहते हैं। स्टूडेंट्स, रीसर्सन कई बार 1 मार्क्स के क्वेश्चन में आ जाता है कि रीसर्सन प्लांट्स इनमें से कौन सा है, तो यू mark the tick on the Selaginella. Some species grow on tree trunks and branches as epiphytes. Example, Selaginella oregana. Some are commonly cultivated in greenhouses as ornamental. Example, Selaginella cruciana, Selaginella picta. Some of the common Indian species are Selaginella monospora, Selaginella adiuvanca, Selaginella biformis, Selaginella exiguo, etc. Next, adult sporophyte or the plant body. Under this part, we study the external features, and in this, that is habit. The species of Selaginella vary considerably in the size, nature, and form of plant body. Most of them are perennial herbs, but a few are annuals. The plants vary in size ranging from few centimeters, example Selaginella pygemia, to several meters, Selaginella wildonii. Many species have prostrate and dorsiventral plant body, example Selaginella cruciana, while others may be erect and radial, example Selaginella selaginowaides, like this is. Next, suberect Selaginella trachyphylla or rarely scandent. A few species is a climber and climbs with the help of pads developed at the end of rhizophores. On the basis of different forms and structure, the species of Selaginella have been divided into two sections. One is homophylum and other is heterophylum. Next, that is the stem. Stem may be erect, prostrate, dorsiventral, suberect, scandent, pendant. The stems are commonly much branched, rarely unbranched. The branches and sub-branches often grow in the same plane. The branching is dichotomous, but later on becomes monopodial. Next, that is rhizophore. In many dorsiventral species of Selaginella, several long, like this, several long, colorless, probe-like structures which are originated from the point of dichotomy of stem. These are called the rhizophores. It originates means rhizophore originate from angle meristem present between the two branches of stem and grows downwards means positively geotropic. It is long means rhizophore is long, cylindrical, leafless structure without root hairs and root cap. इसके ऊपर कोई रूट हेयर और रूट कैप नहीं होते. It develops adventitious roots at its terminal end. In most of the cases, only one rhizophore arises from the point of dichotomy, but in few cases, two rhizophores arise from each dichotomy. कि एक या दो rhizophores arise from each dichotomy. However, out of two, only one goes down into the soil and bear roots. Next, that is the root. The roots are mainly adventitious, that is these. The primary root is very short-lived. The adventitious roots may arise directly from the stem or from the swollen base of hypocotyle or from the apexes of rhizophores. They are endogenous in origin. They are endogenous in origin, means originated from the pericycle, and are dichotomously branched. Next, that is leaves. Leaves are small, means microphyllous, simple, sessile, and lanceolate or obovate in shape. Each leaf has a distinct unbranched midrib. They are green, means leaf are green, thin, delicate, except in some xerophytic species, where they are thick, means xerophytic species में ये thick and rigid होती है. In some xerophytic species की लीफ की बात कर रहे हैं, not all. The margin of leaves may be entire, that is margin, may be entire, entire, or serrate, but the apex is acute, that is acute. इन द स्पीशीज ऑफ सेक्शन की जब हम बात करते हैं होमोफिलस, जिसके अंदर ऑल द लीव्स आर ऑफ ओनली वन टाइप, मीन्स आइसोफिलस, एंड अरेंज स्पाइरली ऑन द स्टेम. लेकिन इन हेट्रोफिलस द लीव्स आर एन आइसोफिलस, मीन्स हेट्रोफाइलस. They are of two kinds, means dimorphic, two types, दो प्रकार की होती है. Larger leaves and small leaves. The two rows of larger ventral leaves and two rows of smaller dorsal leaves form four vertical rows attached laterally on the dorsiventral stem. The larger and smaller leaves alternate with each other, that is alternate with each other, and the arrangement of leaves on stem, means that is the term as the phyllotaxy, is opposite decussate in all species having dorsiventral symmetry. The larger leaves form pair with smaller leaves, means that pair is unequal type. All the leaves are ligulate, means possesses a tongue-like ligule at the base of each leaf on its upper surface. और ये जो करेक्टर है presence of the ligule is a characteristic feature of Ligulopsida. Is a characteristic feature of Ligulopsida. नेक्स्ट बात करते हैं इंटरनल फीचर्स की. इंटरस्ट्रक्चर. तो इंटरस्ट्रक्चर में फर्स्ट स्टार्ट फ्रॉम द स्टेम. द इंटरस्ट्रक्चर ऑफ स्टेम in all the species of Selaginella follow the same pattern. However, a considerable variation can be noticed in their stellar system. Means some are monostellic and some are distellic. That is the distellic. And a few are polystellic. Outline of section TS is wavy. It is differentiated into epidermis, cortex, and stele. Epidermis is that is outer layer, is single layered, consists of thick-walled fiber-like prosenkymatous cells. It is thickly cuticularized. The stomata are absent. Next, cortex. The cortex is multilayered. The outer region of cortex in most of the species consists of few layered thick wall, that is this thick walled scanchymatous hypodermis, whereas the rest of cortex, that is this rest of cortex, consists of thin walled parenchymatous cells. In some cases, whole of the cortex consists of thin walled green angular parenchymatous cells. In some xerophytic species of Salinella, like the Salinella rupestris, the scanchymatous zone is much broad. That is, this zone is much broad. Next, endodermis and air spaces. Starting में the endodermis is single layered which surround the stele. Later on, बाद में the cells of endodermis elongate in radial direction, that is this, and separate with each other, thus forming broad air spaces between them. These are the air space. The cross section of Salinella, except the stem of Salinella rupestris and Salinella lepidophylla, shows a zone of air spaces, that is lacunae. This is the lacunae. Radially traversed by trabeculae. These are the trabeculae. That is trabeculae. Means are modified एंडोडर्मल cells. ट्रेबिकुले जो होते हैं वो modified एंडोडर्मल cells. The trabeculae possesses Casparian thickenings, just like those possessed by the endodermal cells. Trabeculae are unicellular, but sometimes becomes multicellular filamentous due to formation of tangential walls. बात करते हैं स्टील की. ये डाइस्टीलिक है, ये मोनोस्टीलिक है. Depending on number of steels, the stem may be monostylic, distylic, or polystylic. The variations in the stellar organization occur in different species of Salinella or even in the same species under different conditions. बात करते हैं सिंगल flattened ribbon like steel, that is monostele. Single flattened or ribbon-like steel, that is the monostele, which are occurs in dorsiventral stems of Selaginella chrysoculus. Single cylindrical monostele with polyarch conditions occurs in erect stem of Selaginella selaginioides. Single cylindrical stele, that is monostele, with and arch conditions of xylem occurs in trailing stem of Selaginella selaginioides. बात करते हैं डाइस्टिलिक, दैट इज डाइस्टिलिक. The diastolic conditions means running parallel and joined at the point of dichotomy, that is this point of dichotomy. Occurs in Selaginella cruciana, that is this. There are many flattened or ribbon-like steels means polystelic conditions occurs in Selaginella wildonii. Selaginella cruciana का जो स्टीलर ऑर्गेनाइजेशंस है मीन्स Selaginella cruciana इज ए कॉमन गार्डन स्पीशीज. तो इसका जो इंटर ऑर्गेनाइजेशन दैट इज दिस. The stem possesses two steels, that is also in longitudinal sections, that is this. Two steels which are running parallel and joined at the points of dichotomy means branching of stem. Each steel has its own peripheral air chambers traversed by trabecular endodermis. तो ये कहा दिखाया आपको. ईच इसका अलग है और इसका अलग है. Each steel is a protosteel. Protosteel means a central solid core of xylem which is surrounded by phloem and pericycle. Pericycle is single layered which is followed by phloem consisting of parenchyma and sieve cells. The companion cells are absent. The center of the steel, जो ये center of the steel की बात करते हैं, which is occupied by the xylem. It is diarch and exarch in condition. Metaxylem occupies central positions, whereas protoxylem lies towards periphery. Metaxylem is composed of scalariform tracheids, जबकि जो प्रोटोजाइलम है हैज एनुलर एंड स्पाइरल ट्रैकिड्स. ये कहते हैं कि फ्यू स्पीशीज ऑफ Selaginella like the Selaginella rupestris, Selaginella erigana are remarkable in having two vessels in their xylem. The transverse and walls of these elements are dissolved to form single large perforation plate. In general, secondary growth is absent in Selaginella, but secondary xylem elements have been reported in basal portion of the stem of Selaginella selaginioides. नेक्स्ट बात करते हैं राइजोफोर, दैट इज दिस राइजोफोर. TS of rhizophore shows the following internal structures. Outline of the section is circular, that the outermost single layer called epidermis consists of thick-walled cells. It is cuticularized, and epidermis is followed by a broad zone of cortex. It is differentiated into outer few layered sclerocamatous hypodermis, ये थिकन वाल है sclerocamatous hypodermis, and inner thin walled parenchymatous cortex. The cortex followed by single layered endodermis, that is this, and single layered pericycle. इसमें जो स्टील है वो प्रोटोस्टील है. प्रोटोस्टील का जो बताया, सेंट्रल सॉलिड कोर ऑफ जाइलम surrounded by phloem. Metaxylem occupies central position and protoxylem occurs in the form of a group towards periphery, means in exarch condition. जबकि in case of Shigella cruciana, the protoxylem is surrounded by metaxylem, means it is mid-arch in conditions. ये कहते हैं कि देर आर सम मॉर्फोलॉजिकल कैरेक्टरिस्टिक्स या नेचर ऑफ राइजोफोर्स जो है वो इस कंट्रावर्सियल है. देर आर 3 कन्फ्लिक्टिंग व्यूज रिगार्डिंग द नेचर ऑफ राइजोफोर. तो 3 अलग अलग व्यूज है. वन व्यू क्या कहता है? पहला व्यू, सीधा फिगर, क्या कहता है कि राइजोफोर रिगार्डेड एज कैपलेस रूट्स, कि राइजोफोर को एक कैपलेस रूट की फॉर्म में माना गया, क्योंकि राइजोफोर आर सिलिंड्रिकल लीफलेस स्ट्रक्चर्स, they are positively geotrophic, they are monostele and exhibit root-like internal features. दूसरा व्यू क्या कहता है कि राइजोफोर रिगार्डेड एज मॉडिफाइड स्टेम, कि राइजोफोर जो है वो मॉडिफाइड स्टेम है. इसके अकॉर्डिंग कि राइजोफोर के ऊपर कोई रूट कैप नहीं है और रूट हेयर्स नहीं है, मींस राइजोफोर लैक root hairs as well as root caps. Rhizophore are exogenous in origin. They originate from single meristem present between the 2 branches of stem. ये माना जाता है, देखा गया है कि they develop leafy shoots under controlled experimental conditions. और तीसरा व्यू क्या कहता है कि रिगार्डेड एज ऑर्गन्स सुई जिनेरिस, SUIGENERIS, कि रिगार्डेड एज ऑर्गन्स सुई जनरिस मीन्स दे आर नाइदर रूट्स नोर स्टेम बट आर इंटरमीडिएट ऑर्गन्स, मीन्स इंडिपेंडेंट ऑर्गन इसको माना गया है. नेक्स्ट बात करते हैं रूट की. The TS of the root, the outline of section is nearly circular. Outermost single layered epidermis consists of large thin walled cells. Few cells of epidermis elongate, that is this, elongate to form root hairs. Epidermis is followed by cortex, which mainly consists of thin walled parenchymatous cells. In some species, a few layered 3 to 5 layers of thick walled parenchymatous hypodermis can also be observed. The epidermis is single layered and pericycle may be 1 से 3 layered. And the stele occupies, that is the stele occupies central position. It is a protostele, means center solid core of xylem, which is surrounded by phloem. Xylem is monarch, means only one group of protoxylem and exarch. नेक्स्ट बात करते हैं लीफ की. द लीफ इज स्मॉल, सिंगल, dorsiventral, has one cell thick upper and lower epidermis. In most of the cases, stomata are present only in lower epidermis along the midrib. But in some species, both surfaces may possess stomata. Cells of both upper and lower epidermis may be similar हो सकती है or may be different in size and shape. Epidermis encloses mesophyll, which consists of a mass of thin-walled spongy parenchyma, forming a loose network with a large number of small and large intercellular species. All the cells of epidermis and mesophyll are green and contain a variable number of chloroplasts. Each cell consists single cup-shaped chloroplast. Example: Salmonella martensi. In Salmonella cruciana, there are 2 chloroplasts. In Salmonella wildronii, possesses up to 8 chloroplasts in each cell. Each chloroplast is associated with numerous spindle-shaped bodies which appear like pyrenoid. Each leaf is traversed by single vascular bundle. The vascular bundle consists of few xylem tracheids and surrounded by phloem and single layered bundle sheath. बात करते हैं ligule की. In all the species of Salmonella, a minute tongue-like structure is inserted into the upper or adaxial ADAXIAL side of the leaf, close to the axis, and termed the ligule or called the ligule. The ligule appears early in the life of the leaf, remains well developed, and expanded in young conditions. Expanded in young leaves. जब लीव्स यंग होती है तो उस टाइम लिग्यूल जो है वो फुल्ली डेवलप्ड और एक्सपेंडेड फॉर्म में होता है. बट एज द लीफ एक्सपेंड्स, जैसे ही लीफ एक्सपेंड बड़ी होती जाती है, डाई मीन जो लिग्यूल है वो श्रिवल करना स्टार्ट कर देता है एंड फॉल डाउन. और ये कहा जाता मीन्स माना गया है कि लीफ को यंग कंडीशन में प्रोटेक्ट करने के काम आता है. मीन्स लिग्यूल्स प्रोटेक्ट young leaves, young developing leaves. A mature and fully developed ligule is differentiated into 2 parts. One is glossopodium, Second is the body of the ligule. Glossopodium is basal hemispherical portion embedded in a cup-shaped glossopodial basal sheath. The cells of sheath are tubular in shape and are dead. The glossopodium consists of vertically elongated cells. जो ये कहा vertically elongated cells. The body of ligule, that is this, consists of polygonal parenchymatous cells filled with dense protoplasm. The cells remain colorless since the plastids fail to develop internal lamellae. The cells contain prominent Golgi bodies, which may account for mucilaginous secretion by the young ligule. अब तक ये माना गया मीन्स प्रूव नहीं है कि ये माना गया कि लिगूल का जो फंक्शन है इज नॉट वेल नोन, बट it is responsible for the secretion of water or mucilage and keep the leaf or sporophyll and sporangium wet and also protect young leaves during the development. Students, vegetative इसकी occurrence and external features and internal features इसके complete हुई. In the next video, we will study about the reproductions. Thank you.